Wonderful Jesus. Last Sunday morning, I was talking about Christ in us, about our natural person and our spirit person. For you and I are created by God to live in both realms, this natural world and the spirit realm. Now, God says that we are a spirit. We have a soul and we live inside of a body. The Bible defines our soul as our mind, our emotions, our personality, and our will. That makes up our soul. That's where most of our difficulties occur, in our thinking and in our emotions, in the hurts and the disappointments and the tragedies of life. And they get inside of us and twist us and warp us. And we make bad decisions out of that. And so it goes on. We are a spirit, but our spirit has to be lit by God. Proverbs said, I'm revising last week, Proverbs says that our spirit, God calls it his candle. The spirit of man is the candle of the Lord. And God has to light our candle, as it were. He lights us on the inside. The Bible said, Jesus said, you must be born again. It's not optional. It has to happen for you to go to heaven. If it doesn't happen, you can't even see heaven. Because when we are naturally born, because sin is so prevalent in the world, it just is part of our life. And Jesus has to become our Savior. Without him as our Savior, we cannot save ourselves. It's impossible. You cannot forgive your own sin, nor can I forgive mine. Jesus Christ paid the price with his own life, his life for your life, his life for my life, so that our sin could be forgiven, so that we could have a home for eternity with him. We are a spirit. And even though you're very successful in the natural, something will be missing out of your life unless God lights your spirit. When we come spiritually alive, it's put into place. It is not the magic bullet that fixes everything. I still have to work out the journey from my soul that has been disturbed or messed up. But now I have a life that's apart from my life, a power that is apart from my natural power, a God who's come on the inside of me. 1 Corinthians 15:45 says, Jesus Christ was raised from the dead, a life-giving spirit. And to be born of the Spirit simply says that that mighty Spirit of Jesus comes inside of us. 1 Corinthians 6:17 says, he joins himself, he fuses himself to our spirit. Hebrews 13:5 says, he will never leave us, nor will he ever forsake us. When he saved you and me, he knew every mistake we were going to make, and he saved us anyhow. When he wrote Hebrews 13:5, he knew everything that we were going to do that was not godly, and he still said, I will never leave you, nor will I ever forsake you. When you are born of the Spirit, is it possible to ever lose your salvation? Yes, I believe it is. I don't believe once saved, always saved, like you get saved, then live like the devil and go to heaven. I just don't believe that. I believe that you can disown God and walk away. But I believe it's hard to get out of the family. You have to work at it to get away from the love of God. to get beyond the reach of grace, but it is possible. The love of God is beyond our human ability to understand. He has a love that's not our love. It's not a human love. It's God's love. It's at a different dimension. You and I are born into the dimension of the Spirit. That's what being born again is. There's another life comes into us. You are not just you, now with a set of rules to follow. The Spirit of Jesus has come into you. You and I, of ourselves, I am persuaded, cannot be holy. I think it's impossible. If you think it is possible, you try being perfectly holy for 1 hour. But you never think a wrong thought. You never have a wrong feeling. You never have a bad attitude. And you do everything for that hour that God told you to do to perfection. That hour's a long time. Now you can think for the next 23 hours and I've made it through one day. I'm going to another 352 days or whatever, and I've made it for a year. I'm going to live 50 more years. That's a lot of holiness. If I am producing my own holiness, it is impossible. However, the one who's come to live inside of me is holy. He is never anything except holy. He doesn't want to be anything but holy. He is perfect holiness. So God is not saying, Clark, now I have saved you, now you become holy. That would be impossible. He said, I am going to come inside of you, and my holiness will come inside of you. And you are going to learn, it's called discipleship, you're going to learn how to live out of my holiness rather than try to create your own. Jesus Christ was holy when you woke up this morning. He'll still be holy when you go to bed tonight. And he'll be holy for the rest of... That is who God is. God doesn't have holiness. God is holy. God doesn't have love. God is love. If he had love, he could have more or less of it. But he is love. It is impossible for him to be anything else. God is kind. It's impossible for him to be unkind. And this one who is holy, who is love, who is kindness and mercy and grace, has come to live inside of you as he has in me. He has joined himself to the essence of my being. It's called my spirit. And he's joined himself to the essence, so perfect godliness has come and joined himself to you. And I can now live out of the life of the one who's come to live within me, or I could try and make myself holy. I would think that all of us, at some stage or other, have tried to make ourselves holy. And it's jolly hard work and it's a lost cause. You may as well quit. If you quit trying to make yourself holy and you learn how to live out of the one who has come to live within you. John 15:5 puts it so well. Jesus said, I am the vine, you are the branches. As the branch doesn't have life in itself, so you don't have life without me. But the branch draws its life from the sap or the life of the vine that flows into it. You and I draw our new creation life now from the life of the Son of God who's come to live within us and who flows through us and fills our emotions with his emotions. How does he do that? Why, if you learn to be conscious that Jesus lives in me, that his Spirit is in me, that everything I ever want to be in my very best of my moments, he already is. That every positive, powerful human being I want, he already is that and more. That he is life itself. that he is healing.